Probably wondering what's in the cart. Let me explain. It's time I finally show you what's in this bad boy. Okay. Wait, you mean to tell me you just keep loads and loads of money in there? Yeah, I do. And if you're wondering where that money came from, let's just say that this video is brought to you by Polycam. So if you've ever taken a lot of photos and used a program like Reality Capture or Agisoft Metashape or one of these to turn it into a 3D model, what Polycam is it's photogrammetry, turning photos into 3D models, but the difference is it's on your phone. Let me go somewhere to explain. So the first way Polycam does this is with a thing called LiDAR. So if your phone has a LiDAR sensor on the back of it, what you can do is you can scan areas like this to generate a basic 3D mesh without actually taking photos. So you literally just take your phone, drag it around an area like this one. And as you can see, the results that LiDAR scanning gives are pretty decent, but the main thing to keep in mind is I'm gonna pause it right there. The explanation I give for this is so fucking bad that I don't think it's worth keeping it in here. In fact, let me just take this and fast forward this section. I'll give a better explanation at the end of the video. Right now, it doesn't matter. Let's just see some results. Okay, here we go. But instead of me just giving a bunch of rules for what to LiDAR and not to LiDAR, let me do a bunch of environments and do a bit of a compilation to show you what's possible with just the LiDAR feature.
Sheen, you seem pretty sad lately. What's wrong?
I don't know. I took a perk 30 and shit hit different. I had Carl on my left and I had Jimmy on my right. Libby on my arm and we was fucking every night. I felt like Ultra Lord, but now I'm ultra bored. Been feeling so damn low, I might just pull the fucking cord.
So what is the consensus on LiDAR scanning? Well, I'll get into it a bit more later, but in general, it's really good for scanning spaces really quickly. And one thing that I really like about it is when it's like processing the shit, it has these like little green cameras that flare up. I think that's probably my favorite part about LiDAR scanning. I know there's more important things about the LiDAR thing, but whatever. Photo mode. This is the feature of Polycam I'm actually excited about. We need a model to demonstrate. Let me go get one. This is a traffic cone, the kind of thing that would not scan well with LiDAR. Let's scan it with a bunch of photos. Okay, so now comes the serious part of the video where I actually talk about what I think about Polycam. Again, this is sponsored, but when I was making a deal with them, they said very clearly, trash our software. Say whatever it is that you actually feel. So I'm gonna say what it is that I feel. First of all, with LiDAR, this is the first thing we talked about where you use your phone's LiDAR scanner to just capture things. Well, it does the things that I basically hinted at. It does very well with big spaces, does very badly with small objects. Okay, bit of an update on the LiDAR thing because the situation has changed actually in the middle of me editing, which is more work for me, but it's good for you because now LiDAR can be almost as good as photo mode, definitely not as good, but it addresses one of the two key issues I was talking about. So LiDAR now has a thing where if you scan something and you use object mode, use less than 500 keyframes, it's gonna output some pretty good results. So check this out. This is all LiDAR processes on the thing, no need for photo mode. I'm impressed, okay? I'll say one of the two main gripes I have are no longer valid. So really, just give us manual camera control, but we'll get to that. Moving on to photo mode. Honestly, photo mode is the best thing, in my opinion, about Polycam. I've used a lot of photogrammetry software on computers, stuff like Reality Capture, Agisoft Metashape, and stuff like that, and honestly, the results are almost comparable. They're strikingly close for just capturing things on a phone camera that doesn't let you, like, pull focus and stuff like this. I'm very impressed by it, to be honest, and it is kind of a better way to scan because do you want to bring around your DSLR wherever you go? No, taking out your phone is actually a very natural thing to do. And one feature I didn't discuss earlier that I actually really like about photo mode is they let you kind of like do a video recording, and instead of taking a photo and a photo and a photo and a photo, with video mode it will actually take snapshots whenever it sees fit, you know, using whatever 15-20% overlap rule. I don't know how it does it, but that's super cool that I can just walk around an object and take a video and not worry about taking photos. I just get close, I go around it, these kinds of things. That being said, there is something you can improve with photo mode polycam. I don't know how easy this is to implement, but it is huge if you can do it. Let us access, ISO settings, shutter speed settings, all of this. And I know what you're saying, even the default camera app on the iPhone doesn't let you do that. Sure, but I have different camera apps on my phone that give you access to all this. These are important things when you're doing photogrammetry because you're trying to minimize motion blur. You want the right thing to be exposed. So I don't know if there's something happening under the hood or something, but if there isn't, a huge way photo mode can be improved is give us access to our camera's settings. Now for some purely good things that I don't really have any criticism for, they're just good. Polycam's UI, amazing. It's run slickly. You're loading 3D models, you're spinning them, you're doing all this fairly easily, as much as you can do with the touchscreen. Very responsive. I haven't had it freeze or crash or anything while I've been using it. There's also a bunch of features that I personally do not care about. It doesn't mean you don't care about them, but they exist. They allow you to measure things. They allow you to do AR integration. You can also upload all your, and this is a big one, actually, for a lot of people. You can upload your models to the web. So in some sense, Polycam is a giant community repository, I don't know if that's the right word, of photo-scanned, photorealistic, by definition, models. So if you're into the idea of uploading and downloading and all this, Polycam is big on that. I personally do not care about it. I just want to scan things for myself. But it's an important feature. And I know in this video I didn't go over the basics of photogrammetry. Oh, don't, film reflective surfaces. Don't take photos of reflective surfaces and thin geometry and like shiny metals and all this. This wasn't meant to be a, this is what photogrammetry is. This is how you do it. This is just an exploration of Polycam. I got to use it for a couple days. Made a fun video with it. Sponsored. If you want to check it out, go ahead and check out Polycam. Hopefully you found this video enjoyable, and welcome to the world of phone scanning. And hopefully the people who review this video over at Polycam aren't too weirded out. Thanks for watching.